I was practicing my runs. Ooh. Okay, so first of all, let's just acknowledge this. I so appreciate this. Today I want to acknowledge and show gratitude to the Nokia phone because, I said, I think I'm going to get this turned back on because I feel like if I had this, I would not be on social media when I didn't need to be. And also, I would just be so much more focused. And I would only do my work when I need to work. And then when I'm out in public, I could just if you need me, call me. Or send me a short text message, no group text, no gifts, no emojis, just Nokia. Okay? I'm just saying, it's amazing. I told Top this morning, I said, I want to switch to this. And I'll have my laptop and my iPad Pro. So when I want to do something on Facebook or whatever, it's there. But what if you went back to the old phone? I feel like some of your life problems wouldn't be so much of a problem. But let's get to this story time. So let's just talk about a story real quick. So when I was in elementary school, this is a funny story to me. And there's this thing, everybody in your life, in everybody's life, there are these pivotal moments, okay? There are these pivotal moments in your life that you can think of from, 0 to 5. I mean, you're not going to think about that much when you were 0. But, at the age 5, when you were elementary, there's pivotal moments when you're in middle school. There's important moments that happen to you, or significant, I will say, that happened to you when you were in high school, and so on and so on and so on. So they last forever too. Yes, your phone would never die. Oh my God, hello? Can y'all imagine? People probably look at me crazy and I would get it blinged out in Swarovski. Hello. So anyway, listen, there are pivotal moments in your life. And one thing I know for sure is that those moments are the underlying story or reasons why you do what you do. So for example, spoiler alert, it's too soon. I ain't gonna talk about Black Panther because somebody may not have seen it. But the evil villain had an underlying thing that happened to him as a child. It was the reason why he wanted to ruin the world so quickly. Because something that happened to him when he was a child. So, for example, this is what Top and I were talking about. I was doing my journal, if you guys were in my 7-day challenge, and I thought about last week. It was so amazing. I thought about a pivotal moment that always comes to me, or significant, I ain't gonna say pivotal because nothing changed, but a significant moment when I was a child in elementary school. There was this guy, he was one of the coolest guys in elementary school. I remember his name. His name was Timotheus Crosby, but everybody called him Tim. And so Tim was popular, and I liked Tim, okay? I thought Tim was so cute. And now, here's my background. When I grew up, when, we couldn't wear pants. We couldn't wear makeup. I couldn't get my nails done. I couldn't play sports. I had to be home on time. We didn't go to the movies. I literally didn't do any of these things that everybody else did on a normal basis. We didn't listen to rap music. We didn't watch all the TV shows. So I had a very although I always found a way to do all of those things. But I was just my parents, it wasn't appropriate, right? And you dang sure, hey auntie. Everybody said hey to my auntie Tammy. And you dang sure couldn't have no boyfriend in elementary school. So anyway, so there's this guy named Timotheus Crosby. Shout out to Tim if you ever see this. He was the biggest crush for me. So I was oh my God, I love this guy. He's so cool. He can play, sports. He's popular. So I really thought he was cute. And so I was pretty popular all throughout school. But not for any other reason than, I'm literally, if you meet anybody from when I grew up, they'll be that's Shell. they call me Michelle, and they call me Shell, Shelly, whatever. But, that, I've always been this way. Hey, Landy, what's up, mama? So, hey, auntie. Hey, Eb, what's up, Eb? So, nothing's really, I'm kind of, still a big kid, right? So, anyway, I was always popular because I'm a nice person. Not because I'm telling it's just, I could kick it with the dudes because I grew up with brothers and cousins. So I used to play sports with the guys in football. We would ball up foil, and I loved tackling. And I always had shorts under my skirt because I couldn't wear pants. So I was just the home girl, right? And so nobody ever wanted to be my boyfriend. All my friends had boyfriends, and nobody ever wanted to be my boyfriend. I was always the home girl or the sister. That's my play sister. That's my homie. That's Shell. Shell is the homie. So I, as a kid in elementary, middle school, they always made me the homie. So again, the message was, I'm always the homie. I'm always whatever. And I started to think about, hey, Gwen, hey, Tamika. I started to think about that narrative. So the funny, cool person, I was smart, I was good in school, but I was always the homie. I was never good enough to be the girlfriend, right? That's the story I told myself. So I aligned with that belief subconsciously. So even when I did sports, so we had like, not sports like that, but like we would have this thing in school. Because let's be clear, I played outside when I was growing up. And so we was always racing each other and all that kind of stuff. I was smoke dudes. Smoke means like I would be fast as all outdoors in a skirt. I would be barefoot running, right? And so we would have like these events at school where everybody in the whole school would do like a little, I don't know what it was called, but it felt like Olympics. Follow the story, guys. You're going to see how it comes together. And so we would always do these races. Hey, Lulu. And I would always get like second place. And I literally was running in skirts and stuff, just cold blooded. Like I was a fast, runner. And so, and I knew I could always be first, but I always ran the race with a second place mentality because I always got second. And so I was like, at least I'm gonna get second place. I knew for sure I was gonna get at least second. And typically, I always got second place. Runner up or second place. It was never first. It was right underneath first. Same thing. And if you go fast forward in my life, when I did American Idol, America's Got Talent, Top Model, Sunday Best, The Voice, I always went in there unbeknownst. I didn't even realize that's what I was doing. I would always go into these TV shows, the auditions, knowing that I could get to the producers. I said, I knew that I was good enough to be on TV, to rock out any song, any company. I can take on anything. I know this. It's not confident. It's not cocky. It's just, I just know, right? And I see myself in that way. But my belief about myself was I know I can get second. Like I always get second. So my actions always matched that of a runner-up. Anybody see where I'm going with this? And so I think about the earliest moment of my life where if you look at the earliest moment, and really when you really go all the way back, like my mom, she gave me up for proper reasons. It's not a sad sob story, but my mom sent me to live with my auntie and uncle. And for a while, it was just what's wrong with me. Like I wasn't keepable. So whenever I had a friendship, I was always trying to like be the best friend I could be, cooking and cleaning. Or whenever I was around other people, like literally my whole life growing up, adults like to keep me. I always hung out with older people. Hence why everybody I know now is 50, because I would always go and try to be the best person ever, right? Because it's to prove that I'm keepable. Same thing with the guy. This funny story. I remember y'all, we was in computer lab. And this is how you learn about yourself, so you can find the beliefs and dismantle them and put the proper beliefs in, right? So listen, except me. Yeah, my Auntie Tammy, I love you. Auntie Tammy is the bomb. Auntie Tammy every year sent me prayer. I used to be like, oh, this lady is amazing. So listen, here's the deal. When I was in elementary, I remember a significant moment. And I'm sitting at we were in a computer lab. I will never forget this. I remember like it was yesterday. I remember what I had on, because I had on this little skirt and I had this shirt that was like ladies, you know how your shirt can scrunch like this, but if you pull it, it can go like this. Well, my skirt, I would get in school and be like, but the shirt kept popping up, but I would be like, and the shirt would just pop up. Anyway, hey guys, Barbara, Nalula. I got my autographed teacup. Yay! Y'all hear Top blowing his nose. Anyway, so we're in computer lab. And in the computer lab in elementary, I was probably like 5th grade. And I remember what I had on. I had this shirt, kept on coming up. And I was sitting at the computer. I was sitting next to Tim. So I was like, and I had been waiting all week for him to tell me he was going to be my boyfriend. So we sitting in computer lab. And I remember Tim was like, there was this one girl named Nene Leakes. Not Nene Leakes. Nene Leakes. Her name was Nene. I can't remember her last name. Nene Leakes is a celebrity, obviously. But her name was Nene. I can't remember her last name. But Nene had her nails done. Nene had a relaxer for all my sisters. My mama wouldn't let me get a relaxer. So I had to have a press. And so my hair just wasn't doing all the things. And when I was growing up, you need your hair straight to be cool. So I had some little nappy hair. My mom would straighten it, but it would always be getting nappy. So she had a relaxer. This is why she was better than me in my mind. She wore name brand clothes, because my mama did not buy name brand clothes. She had nice hairstyles. Sometimes she would wear weave. Like I couldn't wear weave. So sometimes she would wear weave and she would get her nails done. And she had like cool backpacks and her clothes were ironed. Her mom took her clothes to the cleaners. So she like, her stuff always looked fresh. like, man, like we were equally popular, but she was just a smidget better than me, I thought, because she had the flashier and I didn't. I wore Jesus sandals. Back then they weren't cool. Now they're cool. They weren't cool back then. I wore thrift store clothes, right? So we were in computer lab. And now Nene is the person that, I ended up fighting her one day. Anyway, Nene is the hot girl. She's the hot girl. She goes, people would go skating on the weekends and they would come back talking about they saw somebody at the skating ring, and I would just be like, man, I never go to any of these places. So in the computer lab, Tim looks at me and he's like, Michelle. And now me and Tim are homies. Like, it was nothing inappropriate happening in elementary for me, so let's be real clear. But that was my homie. Like, we always talked, we always laughed, we always walked, after school. Like, we were just homies. I played football with him and his boys. Like, we were homies. Like, homies, right? He talked to me more than he talked to her. And then the day comes. He said, Michelle, he said, I would go with you. He said, but I'm going to go ahead and go with Nene. I was like, all right, it's cool. I understand. He was like, but you the bomb though. Like, I like you. I was like, it's cool. I really thought that was going to be the day that he was going to be my boyfriend. And I think about, when you think about beliefs, y'all, this may seem, it's silly, right? But y'all, that was a big deal for me. It was such a big deal for me. And so when it comes to dating, like, I always had, like, I just became used to guys not choosing me. So what's funny is if you look at my life today, everywhere I go, even when I was out the country, people were like, Keisha, all the guys were talking about you and blah, blah, blah. I'm so used to guys not talking to me, but people always think that every guy tries to holler at me. They don't. That's in your mind. The guys don't talk to me, right? So, and I remember the day I thought I found that I was cute. The day I recognized I am cute, right? Because I really didn't fit. Girl, I feel you, right? And so I came back because I had left middle school. I left my neighborhood school. I went to school downtown. Came back to high school. They was like, Michelle, because baby, I wore stilettos every day. I never carried a book bag. I always planned my outfit so I wouldn't repeat the outfit within 3 weeks. I got a job. I had some cash on hand. I was a businesswoman in high school. I did not play that, right? I for sure wasn't talking to anybody in my school because by that time I thought I was an adult already. I was completely done. I was trying to be a millionaire, okay? So fast forward, I laughed because that underlying belief though still was buried of, I always kind of get second. I'm always second. That's what I thought subconsciously. And guys, there's so many beliefs that we have to continue to find because the beliefs control the way you act. And so all throughout my life, there were moments where I wondered why I wasn't first, even though I knew I had, like, not because I'm cocky, but because I had the thing that was the first player. I was like, I got that. Why they not picking me? I approached everything with the second place mentality. And so here's the deal. Even at the times where I would get second place, or even like, so say I'm on B team, right? But I'm built. I know I'm an A team player, but I'm on B team. I would start doing what B team people do. And I would just show up and do the B team thing, knowing that I am capable and I can do everything, if not better, what the A team person is doing. But because I didn't believe in myself and I knew that I could at least get fill in the blank. Do y'all see what I'm saying? Your beliefs empower everything. And there are moments in your life where things happen and you subconsciously align with the B team when you know you an A team player. Even though if you've been handed the B team, it's okay. Every day you show up like an A team player. Do y'all understand? That's what alignment means. It means that no matter what you see in front of you, come on, B team, A team, maybe that needs to be just like a movement. Like literally, whatever you see in front of you has nothing to do with how you show up every day. So if when I lived in the hood, I still act like I live in Caesar Palace, right? And even though I don't live in Caesar Palace now, I still show up in the Caesar Palace. And so every day life just, you look up and go, oh, I manifested. That's what manifesting is. People think manifest, like you go all down a rabbit hole with that. But understanding that no matter what I see in my life, my beliefs have to support that alignment with who I know I really am, right? You look at somebody like a Kanye West. People say Kanye West is cocky. Kanye West is cocky, blah, blah, blah. But Kanye West had to believe in himself even when he was homeless. And he had to show up as the Kanye that we see today, even when he was homeless. See what I'm saying? Every little thing matters. Like the walk, the talk, the thoughts daily matter. So the question for you, my friends, is what do you believe? And you have to go find those moments and release the emotion behind it, right? Because there are so many moments in your life where something, you gave it a definition of you. So I tell that story about elementary because it's funny, it's cute to me, right? But what the lesson that it taught me is to remember that even if I'm not his first choice, I am first choice, right? And so it's a silly story, but it created a belief because I thought about my mentality back in elementary and middle school. I was just used to being the nice homegirl, like whatever, right? But I just was like, well, I'm not really good enough to be like these guys' girlfriends because they never chose me as a girlfriend, right? And so then you just take any old thing. Oh, Jesus. I'm just saying. So the moral of the story is check your beliefs. I think it's going to be my message for the year because the more you dismantle beliefs that empower your actions, the more you can actually do more, be more. You will start to see all the amazing opportunities around you. You will start to take action at the opportunities because if I think I'm a B team player and they're never going to pick me, I won't go for the A team audition. I'm just saying, people. This is real talk. Gwen said, girl, I feel you. I used to braid hair to fit in and sing. Right. Oh, yeah. Oh, to fit in, I was beatboxing in the hallway, beating on the walls, rapping, freestyling with the boys. So I became more of a homeboy. I really have a time. Like, I laugh at my close people that I'm with every day. They be like, you a tomboy. I became more of a tomboy because the boys, like, and it wasn't that I was doing something promiscuous or anything other than I just could feel comfortable. I couldn't fit in. This is the story I told myself. I wasn't cool enough. I didn't have the on-brand clothes. I couldn't get my nails done. You know, my hair was snappy. We was broke. So I would just go be a tomboy. And that way I'm still cool. So all the boys cut for me, the popular ones. Like if you look at people that are, I got friends that are playing NBA right now. They still be like, yo, Shell. Like because I was just the homie. I made myself the homie because that way I felt, I'm still cool, right? Until I became in that mug like a diva. Like what? I recognize my value. But anyway, that's enough said. Moral of the story is check your beliefs, and beliefs come from somewhere. So there are moments in your life, whether people like to have it or not, people love to, that's just too much. Yeah, everything you do, there's a reason. There's something that happened in your life that was significant that actually aligns with what you're doing today. That's how powerful beliefs are. So you look at the movie Black Panther. I made a list of notes. I don't want to spoil the movie for you guys, but there's so many themes from that movie that somebody need to just take it and run with it. I was sitting in the movies yesterday just taking notes because there were so many ideas that I would love for people to actually pay attention to in the movie Black Panther, because it will help you be your own psychologist, to be your own therapist, right? Because it talks about so many things, but everything that the characters did came from their beliefs and came from their experience in their childhood. So it's just so interesting. That's a good idea. I'm telling you it is. And sorry, y'all, I had to sneeze. And thank you. And I'm going to do some live streams this week about things that I loved about the Black Panther movie. Like everybody was celebrated for being at their highest power, to doing their highest passion. Like the women, the sister, she was best. Thank you guys for the blessings. She was best as like, her highest and most important task and her passion and her life work was being that scientist, was being that developer. And nobody tried to pull her away from it. They allowed her to flourish. Like if you look at the Black Panther and the girl and Lupita, like they loved each other. There was an obvious love, but Lupita was torn because she wanted to serve the world and he wanted her to be his wife. And so instead of him saying, no, girl, he was like, okay, how can we come together in unity And, you know, you get to do this thing over here. And we still, like, they just wanted each other. The men let the women, the generals, oh my God, the men let them be powerful. They weren't intimidated by it. They let them be powerful. They let them be all of this. Why? Because they believe that everybody can work at their highest power. And so then as a unit, we all work together because everybody was in their own little thing. It was amazing. Oh my God, I love that movie. Anyway, what you believe generates what you do today and what you see today. So if you were walking around with a belief like I had about myself that I'm always second best, and I still have to dismantle that belief. It's not that I don't believe that anymore, because I have the bigger the challenges, the more the thought comes up like, okay, they always choose the other people. So then you become one of those people where you're like, they always. And I was like, whoa. Like, you went into all your auditions with the attitude of they never picked me. So guess what happened, Lakeisha Michelle? They never picked you because you went in there with the attitude of they never picked me. Even though I went in there and gave it all I got and they said I was amazing, they never picked me, because I'm just saying, you get what you put out. So the Bible say, judge, lest ye be judged. Judge not, however it go. Basically, if you judge somebody, like, just know that you're going to be judged. And so it's the same thing. If you love somebody, know that you're going to be loved. If you are putting whatever you put out, you're going to get, is basically what that scripture, that's the underlying, that's an idea derived from the scripture, right? And so it's just like, if you put out that you're never going to have fill in the blank, then you won't. Okay. If you put out that you're going to lose your mind, then you will. If you put out, I can't get ahead. Or like yesterday, I told my dad, we were together and my dad was like saying something because the car. So we were driving to the movies, went to go see Black Panther. And we were driving, and my dad, when he got his oil changed yesterday, day before yesterday. So as I'm driving, he was like, here, you're driving me around today. I was like, of course, parents. So I'm driving, and then the car just starts going pop, 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 pop. And I'm like, oh my God, the car's gonna blow up. Me being dramatic. So then my dad was like frustrated because he was like, and he was like, it's one thing after another. And I said, it sure is not over here in this vortex. It's not one good thing after another. Because we're not going to just sit. It's so many simple things that we say. And his belief is every time you get ahead, something else happens. So that's what happens. But here's the deal. We have the power to choose our thoughts and change our reality every single day. So I'm challenging you guys on a Sunday, okay? It's a beautiful day. It's finally not raining here in Dallas. I'm challenging you guys to literally think about what are the things that I'm saying all the time. Oh, my poor kids. Well, if you keep calling your kids poor, they're going to be poor. They're going to look poor. If you keep saying, oh, girl, I'm broke today. Well, guess what? That's just the reality of the way that it goes. But if you are saying things that are uplifting, your words will create your reality, okay? So understanding that your beliefs come from things that happen in your life, you really can start to look at your life. That's why people love watching stuff like Divorce Court and what's that show? I watch a show with Gigi. It's something about divorce. I don't know. The people be at like a retreat and they're going through the counselors. They do it all on camera. And you look at, what's that? Ayanna Van Zandt. You love watching that because you start to go, oh, you really understand why people do what they do, right? And so then something, I know for me, when I watch it, I go, I literally get help from watching those shows because I go, oh. And the more you understand why people do things, the more compassion you have, the more you literally understand both sides. And it's not a right or wrong, it's a what is. And so when you know what is, you can really start to you think before you speak, and your life is just like, wow. I'm telling you guys, I've been chilling emotionally, like, wow, okay. Like what used to make me mad, I'm starting to understand so much more about people. So now I know I'm communicating better, little by little, not perfect, but little by little. And I was talking to Lisa Nichols yesterday, and she said, Keisha, she said, you're so much like me. Like, she was like, you're becoming a little sociologist or something. She was like, well, you like to study why people do things, so that you can understand. And so you can learn how to embrace and to be better. And so that you don't get caught up in the stuff. I was like, oh, so listen, I share this. Doing hair put me on the map. I was project rich back then. I had to see myself more back then. Right. Auntie says death and life and the power of the tongue. Exactly. So I'm just going to keep talking about this until I'm blue in the face. And last time I checked, black people don't really get blue in the face unless you're like a light black person. But anyway, I'm not going to get blue in the face, which means I'm never going to stop, and I'm going to keep talking about this. So that is all. I'm praying, hope so, because I'm tired of not getting things right. Tired of not. And see, the whole thing about fitting in is who to what. You don't have to fit in. That's the whole thing. You get to just be you. I don't have to fit in. I don't have to wonder if because I talk too much, you're going to watch this or cut it off, or because I'm rambly, or because I jump from subject to subject. People are going to follow me that are cool with that, right? Because I used to like not say things because people were like, oh, you talk too fast. Oh, you jump from log off. Like, I don't care. I don't have to fit in. There's always a community for you, right? And then the whole thing is just be honestly, genuinely yourself. And you should never, if you stop growing, you should just, you might as well do it. I don't understand. Like, growth is just life, right? Life is evolution. Like, you have to always be growing your mind. And so what I thought was cool last year, I may not think it's cool this year, but I'm growing, and I'm gonna let y'all know, hey, I learned this about myself. So I'm getting better. I'm doing this, and this is giving me this breakthrough. And that's what it's about. Like, just grow, and you have to live to grow. So it is not like you're going to manifest perfect stuff overnight. Just day by day, you get better. And again, the moral of the story is you're going to align with what you believe. So my love, Cerise, if you are praying like, when is it going to get better? It's never going to get better, because what happens is we begin to look so far ahead. We're not in the present, and we don't have any gratitude for anything that we have now. And everything starts, I know people don't like this, but everything starts with just going, I'm just grateful for everything that I have. I'm grateful for it. It served me this far, right? It's given me whatever so far. So thank you, stuff, things, relationships, whether you have to release them or keep them, whatever. But then you start to go, and here's where I would like to be. What's one thing I can do today that can align with where I would like to be? I'm on the B team, but I want to be on the A team. So I'm going to show up to the B team because that's where I am. But I'm going to show up with an A team attitude. So here's the deal. Show up to the B team, Cerise, because if you feel like whatever your team is, I don't know, pick a letter. But it's wherever you are, you have to show up with it, show up there, with the attitude of where you want to go, with the mindset of where you want to go, with the skill set of where you want to go, with all of that with where you want to go. Your words have creative power. Exactly. They design your future, like literally. So here's the deal. How are you going to show up this week, guys? It's a new week. It's a new day. It's not promised. Tomorrow's not promised. So in this moment, I would love to invite you guys to come to my world and just say, currently, like the Caesar Palace is my A team. So while I'm on the B team, I'm showing up with a Caesar's Palace mentality, right? And that's just what I'm going to do. Every day I'm going to work on my skills and my mindset and my business and my like everything. I'm working on everything to be aligning with the Caesar Palace. And I'm trying to use an example so that you guys can understand. But to wherever you think you are, don't disregard it and don't disrespect it, but just show up, prepare for where you're going, okay? And the reason why some people have a harder time than others is because there's something inside of your subconscious mind that is telling you otherwise. So for me, once I realized that I thought I was a second base, I thought, I always kind of get second base. I always get to the producers of American Idol. So every time I went to The Voice, I only didn't get to The Voice producers one time. And I get to the producers. So the funny thing is, the last time I did The Voice, I got to the second part, which is the part that you guys don't see on TV, but I knew I would get there. So then what happened was, because I got there, I was like, oh God. I started panicking because I'm like, well, I always get here, but I never get to the other part. And I didn't. And I was the best singer in the room. Not any cockiness. I don't need to defend that. The people in the room always tell me like, oh my God, they always say that I'm going to make it, and then I don't. So then I just keep fulfilling the prophecy that I'm telling myself. So you prophesy to yourself. Your mind is so powerful, so you prophesy. You say, people always try to do me dirty. People always trying to mistake my kindness for weakness. That's why some videos on YouTube or Facebook, I do not. I pray that what you gave out comes back a millionfold. Good stuff. Thank you. Some stuff I don't like. Like some people that are really, really popular, it looks like a positive message, but to me, some types of messages will pull out the negative, because a negative person is only going to pick that part about people take advantage of me. And so then they go, see, they know what I'm talking about. So they go they miss the whole positive message. That's why that one song that everybody singing at church, anybody who grew up in black church, sometimes you have to encourage yourself. Like some people really get motivated and encouraged by that song. But the majority of the people, when we did Sunday Best, they were like, don't nobody else sing that song. People crying. They're crying and stuff because really they just want to sit in the moment where somebody hurt them. And so they're like, or somebody left them and they didn't have anybody to encourage them. Just be careful with that kind of stuff because you'll just find yourself relishing, and because it gives you proof that sometimes you have to encourage yourself because everyone leaves me and I have to just encourage myself. You could do a lot from that space too. I mean, in the Black Panther, the guy was about to take over the world because he was abandoned and he had a problem with abandonment and he had a problem with people struggling. And so he was like, he was an amazing man. He had skill and strength and talent. He did all of his amazing stuff. He had accolades. He was this warrior veteran person and he was just brilliant. But he wanted to use all of his powers and brilliance for evil because he was abandoned as a child. So, moral of the story is check your beliefs and check these significant moments in your life because they define you, use them as a definition, and so you act from that place. And I just don't want you guys, I don't want myself to act from this place. So I'm going to be checking my beliefs all the time so that I can just keep being great. Like I have this belief that I've been checking lately where I feel like I need to save everybody. So I'm trying to do everything. Like, time out for that belief. No longer feeling guilty about things. I need to just be myself. And the way I can help more people is just to be strongly me. And if I act in my highest power, like they do on Black Panther, then that means everybody else benefits. Like the sister is a scientist. She focused on her highest power, her highest good. She focused on that and it benefited the whole Wakanda. Okay? So that's the thing. It's like, what's your highest power? Act in that. And don't worry about nothing else. The end. Remember, show up to the B team, ready for the A team, and you will get to the A team and beyond. That is all. I am signing off. Hope that made sense. It did to me. I just wanted to share it to you guys. And I love the story of when I was in elementary. And he was like, I would go with you, you know what I'm saying? But you know, I like Mimi better. And I was like, is it because she has fake nails? All right, guys, I love y'all. See y'all later. Holla back. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube. Hello, subscribe. Follow me on Facebook /Lakeisha Michelle. And join the email list, theceostylist.com, for more amazing content. Cheers.